Okay, quick update on the layout. This is mine, is the upper one. Still haven't finished. Started putting in the micro engineering track. I used, instead of spiking it, is the micro engineering code 83. I used the Aleene's tacky glue, and I'm kind of curious how it's going to work once I ballast it. But just laying it down here on this cork that I cut, it seems to be holding. It's been several weeks now. The track seems very stable. You can see how I straightened out that ME track. I think I did a pretty good job. What else is new? Got my River Point Station UP truck in. I think it looks excellent. Looks great. I have a couple of other of the River Point Station vehicles. They're pretty legit. And then of course there's an older Trident there I need to do some work on. That's going to be the UP office, and that is the spur, which I haven't finished laying yet. I started on the roadbed on the cork. Temporarily have my overpass up here. Today I assembled one of my high-tech Details trash dumpsters. Pretty straightforward, a very nice kit, very clean cuts. I'm going to replace this UP yard office or maintenance office with, I ordered a new Pike Stuff kit because this building I actually put together 96, 97, and I haven't touched it since I'm changing around the buildings and also trying to save a little bit of coin. I've been pulling out some of my older unused buildings, but you can tell that that's my modeling skills circa 96, so I can do better than that. Probably going to keep the building because Pike Stuff is always good for kit bashing, so on and so forth. But the new yard office is in the mail actually as we speak. It should be here probably tomorrow or Friday. But on this building, or on the new building, I'm going to pay more attention to the fit and finish. But that gives you an idea of what we have. This is the mock-up over here. All that is foam core board, and that's just supposed to be a generic Southern California, one of the big box warehouses. There's tons of them in Southern California. So all I did was just use the mock-up, the foam core board, cut it out, painted it, striped it, and I just used some stick-on letters for the address. Threw a Pike Stuff door on there just so I can get a feel of how I'm laying this out, because you see from here on over I have the track lines laid, but I haven't settled on what I'm doing yet. But I have been stocking up on styrene, sheet styrene, and shapes and so on and so forth, so because I'll eventually build it out of styrene. And this is really cool. Chase's layout is under here. So that's his layout that we're working on. So stepping back, you can see my layout is up above, goes from there to there, and then his sits on shelf brackets underneath here. So he has his layout. He has Supreme Foods. Excuse the wiring. I still have tons of wiring to do on my layout, so we haven't made it all nice and tidy yet. But anyways, we got the LEDs up from Lowe's. I mounted it on a piece of molding. It's hard to tell. I don't know if you can tell. And it's not permanently. Right now we're just trying to figure out how we like it. But that was 2 kits of their LED under cabinet lights. Warm white. But we laid his track. We got his track in. We have his feeders in, or I should say most of them in. We did his little transload facility, and as you can see here, let me get a better look. He has his little transload facility. Supreme Foods is in the back for shipping and receiving canned foods and dry bulk foods. I reused my old Atlas 83, came out great. Here he has a lumber supply yard, which I don't know if I'm going to add a spur for it. I have the back facing the front of the layout. It just, for some reason, it just looks good. I don't know if it's even going to be rail served, but they have a little dock. We did this over the weekend. built it up with cork, made the grade crossing with strip basswood from the hobby shop. I'm not 100% satisfied with the lines. They're perfectly straight on the grade crossing, but I think that we can maybe do better. Maybe I'll weather it first, and I need a double line of yellow. I just have a single line there, but we made it pretty wide, pretty prototypical, so we don't have the HO scale cars squeezed in there. Scratch built that sign. That's the sign that I think Walthers put in their catalog, like a insert in their catalog one year. And so we just cut it out and used some styrene and some brass rod. And before we put in the crossing, we went ahead and painted the rails. Chase helped out with that. So anyways, so that's just a quick update of Chase's layout and my layout, which I haven't done a whole bunch of mine because we've been having so much fun working on his.